Hello, how are you?
Welcome to video number 22.
Oh no, not that many, is it so far?
Yeah.
Okay, well, nice to have you along. Click the button, ring the bell, do whatever it is that Tash has got lined up, because it's not going to cost you anything to turn around and subscribe.
No.
It's free. Don't get many things in free in life, do you? So what have we got today?
So this is our third video on Chesterfield Canal, the final video on Chesterfield Canal.
Oh no, the not our last one.
It is.
Oh, that's not fair. They're enjoying it. Can't we do another one?
I'm sure we can come up with something else. So we're starting where we left you last week, at the end of Norwood Tunnel.
Yes, a successful trip.
And heading back down towards West Stockwith.
Right, okay, so that means we've got that. Far too many to really go into, really. You best watch the programme.
Yeah, we had ducks and swans to look after, was a major part of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And log flumes.
Yes. Had a nice evening walk around Shire Oaks.
Log flumes. It's interesting. See you at the other end.
Bye.
Starting our cruising day today, leaving Norwood Tunnel at the far end of the Chesterfield Canal, heading back down towards Shire Oaks, and we're going to have a day's trading down at Shire Oaks tomorrow. Haven't traded for over a week now, so it'll be good to get everything out and do another day again. This is the piece that Paul reversed up yesterday. It's about half a mile down to the winding hole, where there's a really stunning water feature, which is obviously for keeping the canal topped up. But it looks like a waterfall, stepped waterfall, which is really pretty. Didn't expect to see it up here, it was really unusual. So we're back at Thorpe Top Treble Lock. We're going down this time. So obviously we're going to need this top lock full. We need to have the bottom two empty before we start going down, because then you obviously empty the water from the top one down to the middle one and then down to the bottom one. And they're all full at the moment, so Paul's just emptying them out so that we can get down through them. And then this is the bridge, which was too low to get under yesterday, with the solar boxes on top. So once we get to the other side, we're going to stop. It's almost lunchtime, so I'm going to put the boxes back together, put everything back in the boxes on the roof, and we can have a bit of lunch before we get going again. So at Thorpe Top Treble Lock, that's a bit of a mouthful. It's a different lock mechanism again, with a square shaped key that you have to undo before you can use the locks. So Paul's now on the boat in the top lock. Been down, shut the paddles on the bottom end of the middle lock, opens these ones on the bottom gate of the top lock, so it's now emptying into the middle lock. So Paul is now in the second of the three locks on the boat. There's the third lock to go into next. I had a bit of anxious moments going up through these locks yesterday, because it was the first time we've done them. And he's coming back down them today and kind of getting a bit of a feel for how it can make you feel. And what did you just say about coming out of that lock into this one?
Coming out of that one into this, it feels like you're ready to go off the log flume. Yeah? You're just floating into mid-air. Oh, moving into mid-air. But yeah, it's quite strange, very different.
On this treble lock as well, there are runoffs for the water, so that if they get overfilled as you're coming down, the water can escape rather than overflood out of the lock. It comes out of that overflow down to the bywash and then back into the canal at the bottom. The good thing about going down this way today as well is where we had low water levels in the pounds yesterday, just below here. Obviously they're not going to be low today because we've just let lots of water through doing the locks. So should make for an easier trip today too. So we're now in the bottom lock and we need to take some bits off the roof before we can get under this bridge, which is the one we got stuck under yesterday. As you can see, we've cleared the roof, moved the anchor to the other side of the roof as well, so that we can get under this low bridge. Reflections of the water on the bridge look pretty. Don't forget to bend down.
I'm going to have to duck, aren't I?
You are going to have to duck. Be a bit messy if you don't. Duck. So we had brought the boat into the lock and the swans decided they were staying in, so now we're having to reverse the boat back out so we can get the swans out before we can go down. This is a double lock and we need to just make sure the swans are safe before we go any further. Hopefully they don't turn around and come back in once we come back in with the boat in a minute. This is Shire Oaks Marina. Quite a few boats in there, and the toiletry block just here. This is the tunnel to get in. This is the other side, this is the canal entrance in. As you can see, it's quite a sharp turn to get in. We did watch a boat coming out today. We did have to shunt quite a bit to get out. We'll just go down and see if we can get it from the other side as well. Nice reflections in the water this evening. It is a lovely evening. It's been a changeable day today. It's been sunny at times and then it's clouded over, and then we had quite heavy rain earlier too. It's cleared over again for this evening. So there you go, that's the tight entrance to get in. And that's the next lock down. So this row of houses were built in the 1800s for some of the workers in the mines, and they're now classed as being part of a conservation area. Right next to the canal. And then apparently, because they don't have any gardens as such with them, they have gardens further down the road on the opposite side of the road that were given to them by the mine owners. And here on the opposite side of the road is the gardens that go with the cottages. And there's Shire Oaks Hall, stunning looking building in its heyday no doubt. Such a shame these all go into wreck and ruin. It's got a fishing lake in front of it. Several geese around. Lovely evening for a walk to discover the local area. Here's the front end of Shire Oaks Hall. Like I say, would have been a stunning building in its heyday. Surrounded by countryside. There's a pub down here called Hewitt Hall. It's only open Wednesdays, Fridays and Sundays. I'm sure it's nice when it's open. Everywhere just seems to have such limited hours at the moment because they're all struggling post-COVID, which is such a shame. Another lovely old building here. This one's in a far better state of repair, and this is the old mill. And there's an old grindstone just there as well. There's a stream behind, which is obviously what used to be the water source for it as well. So we had a successful day trading just outside Shire Oaks Marina yesterday. We couldn't get going early this morning because we were waiting for a parcel to be delivered to the Amazon pickup point at the local post office. But we've got that now, so we're going to go for a short afternoon cruise. The first stop will be the Lockkeeper Inn, close to a couple of supermarkets, and we need some food. So it's about 1.5 miles down to there, so we're going to head down there first and then probably go on a bit further. It's a beautiful day, so we'll just keep going. I'm just filling this first lock. I think there's 5 locks between here and the Lockkeeper Inn. I've run down there this morning, did a 5k run first thing. So yeah, we'll go down there on the boat now and then see what else happens for the day. Another boat's gone down before us this morning, so all the locks are going to need be empty and need refilling. So I've just left Paul coming down that lock, and I'm walking down, they're all quite close together, so I'm walking down to the next one to start filling it. so that he can come out of that one and straight into the next one, hopefully. There is only one paddle working on the side of all of these locks on this section of canal, so they do take a fair amount of time to fill. But on a beautiful day like this, that really isn't too much of an issue. So because these locks are narrow and the boat's easily accessible, we're doing a bit of teamwork getting down through these locks. I'm doing one side, and then Paul's jumping off the boat doing the other side, and then he pulls the boat out. I shut the gate this side, and then before the boat goes out between the walls, he gets off and shuts the other gate. But I think there might be more of a challenge on this one. I think I might need to do that on this one, because this one's a bit higher. Unfortunately, Mummy and Ducklings are heading towards the lock gate, so we can't open it yet. We need them to move back the other way. Hopefully they'll turn around and go back. Trouble is, there's algae on the gate that they can peck at. Go on, take your babies back the other way. So we've just moored up at the Lockkeeper Inn, and we're heading over to Asda to get some food because we're quite short of supplies at the moment. So this is Grace Bridge Lock, and it was a bit of a challenge on the way up because there are concrete slabs in the canal under the bridges here. However, the water levels are a bit better today, so it may be a bit easier to get through. But we'll see once we get through it and out the other side and see what happens. Final look of the day, and then we've got about another half a mile before we get to where we want some more. You can just see Grace Bridge pumping station behind us there. It's lovely at this time of day, all the different colours there are. So we're just going past Osberton Hall, another very pretty spot. Rams in the fields. Apparently it's good for seeing birds of prey sometimes here. You can see the canal's very narrow, so we just have to hope we don't come up against another boat, or one of us will be reversing to the nearest winding hole. So here we are. We have got a boat coming the other way, but it is a reasonably wide piece here as compared to the rest of the canal, so hopefully it shouldn't be too problematic. But there is a log in the canal just here that we need to warn him about before he gets to it.
Tree trunk. Okay. Tree trunk.
Yeah, there's a couple of islands of weeds that are just
Okay.
the next few hundred yards as well. We managed to miss those.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah. So we've seen what, 3 boats all week on here, and then this is the 4th one today, isn't it? Fourth one today, yeah. So yeah, we've seen 3 boats in a week, and then today this is the 4th one. But thankfully, again, we're in a relatively wideish part of the canal, so we can get past each other. So we're just pulling up to the Checkers Inn. It's 12 o'clock Thursday, so hopefully they're open. It's one way to find out. Chesterfield is one of very few canals to have a green flag award, and you can see why, because it is so clean. At Clayworth end of Hayton, we've spotted this circle of stones on the canal side. We've managed to moor up at the Boat Inn pub, which isn't open, and walk back to them. Can't find anything on Google about them, so if any of you out there know anything about the history behind these stones, we will obviously continue searching, but if anyone can give us any pointers. So yeah, there's some writing on that one, and there's several stones, like I say, all round in a circle. It is a bit overgrown, and there's more with writing on there, and they go all the way around. So anyone that knows anything about them, get in touch and let us know, or we can add it into the comments below. And there's a central stone, circular stone in the middle as well. So So another windy trading day, but we're here at Redford and Works Boat Club. Got all our products displayed. We've got some new products now. We've got some teacup candles, a few more candles made up with recycled wax, primary heart. Sold a few of Paul's canal art spoons. Got some stone bugs. And then we've got a different display board for jewellery, and we've got some banners with hearts on there as well. Sold a few cleaning products already. I don't think the wind's helping with custom today. But the area, come down. There's an open day at the boat club today. There's a couple of historic boats here as well. There's a bric-a-brac stall, tea and coffee, bars open. Short Sunday morning cruise this morning. Leaving at Redford and Works Boat Club and heading up towards Drake Holes. Had a fantastic day trading here yesterday. They had an open day. We're just going to pass LMS Delhi, and I can't remember what name, but I'm next to Anne as well, which is another historical boat. Very kindly moved off of their mooring for us yesterday, so that we could moor here next to the clubhouse for trading. See you later. So this is a very tight bend. It actually has a sign to warn you it's a tight bend. We did have to shunt to get around it when we arrived. We'll see how we go leaving.
That'll be easier with this one than that one.
Yeah, unless the wind gets us.
Unless the wind gets us, you take the neck out of it.
Bye.
All the very best to you, safe travels.
And off we go. It's breezy again today, not as bad as it was yesterday. It's quite breezy. And then we're going to walk back to collect the
Go
van.
underneath the bridge with the bike on the top.
Yeah, we'll just go under.
No. Oh, my word. We're not. Take the tiller and just keep it floating.
Very tight fit with the bike under the, I nearly said bridge. We've obviously used water whilst we've been out, and we're a bit higher than we were. We're just about to mind your head. Mind your head. Just going to manage it. There we are. We're out.
Going to wash the boat.
We need to wash our boat. It's filthy, but we'll get it done soon. We're at Gringley Top Lock. Paul's just doing his bit to pull some reeds out whilst we're here before we open the gates to go through. It is one of the wider locks along here. It is a double lock. But just doing a bit to help to keep the reeds out, helps other boaters as well. And then we're going to carry on to Shore Lock. Stop there for some lunch. And then carry on to West Stockwith, and then I'll run back to Shore Lock again because that's where the van is, pick the van up. So apparently this is a new marina being constructed, but I think COVID might have put pay to some of the construction. Not sure how long it's been being constructed for or when it's likely to open, but that's what a marina looks like whilst it's being built. This is another one of the very low bridges along here. As you can see, there's not a lot of space between the top of the solar panels and the bridge. Thankfully, we haven't got the chimney on or the bike. But it is quite low.
This is where that house is as well. Yes, a lot. I told you this, that, and that, and that. Yeah. So, what can we say?
Oh, I know what else there was.
Oh, here we go. She's going to add something
The
now.
importance of
Meeting one of our followers.
and water levels change as you go up and down canals.
Oh, yeah.
That caught us out, didn't it, with the bridges?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, we traded 3 days, didn't we? And one of our followers came to see us
Yes.
on the day at Shire Oaks.
It was Oaks, well remembered.
Yes. I do remember things occasionally.
I know something that Tash has omitted to tell you. It's not the last one on, I was going to say Shire Oaks, Chesterfield then. Next week's, I believe. Yeah?
Yeah.
That will be the last one on the Chesterfield. But we're not technically on the Chesterfield.
No, in a field.
But I'm, in a field. And no, I didn't crash it. Okay? I did not crash. One for you to watch next week. All the more reason to turn around and watch.
Yeah. And the link for Chesterfield Canal Trust is in the description below. So if you would like to spend some time on Python, learning more about the waterways and helping maintain them, they're always looking for volunteers. Grateful for anyone that can give them any time.
Or Seth Ellis.
Yes, Seth Ellis, the trip boat as well.
The trip boat as well. So it isn't just all work, there is pleasure too. So, but that's one. Get in touch with them and have a look. Is there anything else?
No,
You sure now?
positive.
Okay. Have a lovely week. We'll see you again soon.
See you next week.
Ciao for now.
Bye.